Welcome to another SergmanX video. In today's episode, we are taking a look at Pier Solar and the Great Architects. Joining me this week in today's discussion is TurtleBird. Yo, TurtleBird, what's up?
I'm actually here for the discussion.
I know you didn't appear late.
Yeah. Although we seem to be a man short here.
We do. Our Mr. Solidus Godzilla, Spacey G, whatever the fuck you call him these days. He's out masturbating to Jade from Jackie Chan Adventures.
Well, he appears to be sick, so we send our condolences to him. And
I don't send my condolences.
I don't want to know. It's his business.
I don't send my condolences. He's just being a bitch. Oh wait, anyway. Pier Solar, yes.
Yeah, we're
TurtleBird.
supposed to talk about a game or something.
We're supposed to talk about this game, Pier Solar. So let's just start with Dan TurtleBird. How do you feel about the '90s?
The '90s were a pretty good period of time. You know, the fucking Clinton years. You got the supers and the good cartoons and the.
Yo, dog, how do you feel about 90s styled story-based Japanese role-playing games?
Well, you know, you've got the Chrono to the Trigger and the great PS1 RPGs of yonder. We got, you know, they're pretty good.
Yo, dude, how do you feel about people making retro games, releasing them on old hardware in modern day?
Well, they're just fucking bonkers.
Dude, that's what Pier Solar is, man. This was a game that initially started as a homebrew, esque type game developed for the Sega Genesis. It finally came out around 2010. And now we are playing this game right now on the PlayStation 4. It just came out last week. I was browsing the PSN, and I'm like, oh shit, I was looking forward to this game, and here it is. And I gotta say, I like what they did with the visual updates to this game. What do you think?
Well, I've seen the videos, I've seen what it looks like and stuff, and I can definitely see, they did a good job. I'm not really sure what the original looked like, but I'm guessing if it was able to run on the restrictions of the Sega Genesis, that, you know, is pretty 16-bit. And
well, TurtleBird, now, as you see in front of your eyes, we are now playing the game in 16-bit form. Because you can toggle it on and off, same with the music. I know, the shiznit. As you can see now, I'm just entering a battle. I like the battle system. Very, very difficult. Definitely, this game is not for casuals. This game is for people who like old school 90s RPG, Japanese role-playing games. Now, your main character, Houston, he's only, as for right now, at this point in the game, he's only useful for killing ground troops, ground enemies, I mean. Meanwhile, Alina and our boy Ed, Ed. I can't pronounce his name. Our boy Ed, he can do both. He can attack ground and aerial dudes.
Okay.
But it's pretty smart.
So each one has their own roles when it comes to battles and stuff.
Right. Now, at the point I am in the game, pretty simple. Nothing crazy in the plot has happened yet. I'll give you a basic on how the game starts. So, you, the protagonist, Houston. His father is very sick, fallen ill to a sickness. His mother is worrying. Houston's like, oh, what can I do to help? They're saying, you know, he can't do anything. They're waiting for the doctor to come. But then, you know, apparently, just like a lot of RPGs, there's some kind of magical herb in a cave that can miraculously help his father. You know, generic plot point, but, you know, it's effective. So, against his mother's wishes, he gathers up his girl, Alina, who, you know, he probably has romantic feelings towards, but, you know, the typical, we're just friends, you know, story arc.
Right on.
So, she's gonna help him out. Then you got your boy, Ed. He's, you know, hey, Ed! He's your, you know, your standard nerd, you know, your whatchamacallit, you know, you know-it-all, book-smart kind of dude.
Yeah, every RPG has one of those.
He tags along with them. They go through the forest first, fight some dudes. You go into the cave, and then you fight your first boss. And he's pretty difficult. I died at least like 7 times. But the key with this game is each of your party members can they can gather, I guess, energy or like store energy, right? And you can either store it to unleash stronger attacks, or you can just pass it on to one party member, and then they can do like a devastating attack. So, for example, your boy Ed, he can do this fireball attack, which attacks all the enemies on the screen. Probably the most powerful attack I have at this point. He cannot use it unless he gathers energy. So what I did in this attack right here, well, what I'm trying to do right now, is I'm gathering energy, give it to Ed, and he just obliterates the screen. But after you defeat the first boss, they discover this like secret area, and I guess they're trying to keep that a secret, and they don't want it to get out. So the point I'm at in the game now is they want to go back and check it out. But I guess it's probably going to lead into, you know, how they probably got to save the world,
right,
and whatnot. So, not bad so far.
Right on.
Some TurtleBird. Yo, are you gonna be picking up Pier TurtleBird?
Well, okay, so right now I don't think, probably not, until maybe a sale, or because right now I'm looking at the Wikipedia page and this game is supposed to come out for like 10,000 different platforms. Like it came out for the Genesis via I think you play it on like an emulator or something, right?
Right. They
want a Dreamcast version because, you know, making modern games for Dreamcast is a cool thing to do. It just came out for PS3, PS4, and Vita, right?
Yeah, it did. It actually, I'm not sure about the Vita yet. I know it definitely came out on PS4.
Okay.
PS3, I think.
And it's also scheduled, but apparently these versions have been delayed, but it's also supposed to come to the 360, the Xbox One, the Wii U, PC, Mac, Linux, Android, and Ouya. That's a lot of ports.
Apparently, when I first found out about this game, found out, like, I thought it was only coming to Wii U originally. So I was like, oh, I got a Wii U, this is cool, I can play it. And then, like, last week when I was browsing the PS4, I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it was just kind of there.
Yeah, I was like, it was like a no shit moment. I didn't know it was coming out on PS4.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can, if you have a Sega Genesis, you can just buy the cartridge, because it was released in cartridge form. It, you know, had the case and the colored instruction manual, just like opening games back in the day. We don't...
That's got to be a weird experience. That's kind of cool.
We don't get that anymore. Everything's either like, you know, you get like these recyclable cases with no manuals,
yeah,
you know,
and they feel like they're made of like 10-cent plastic. Like there's just nothing to them. They feel like if you could like put like 1 pound on it and the case will crack. They just well, I guess.
Like I miss that though. Like this game like truly brings back like the essence of the 90s. You know what I mean? It's just like you can totally play it 16-bit. If you want to listen to the 16-bit music, you can. You want to play with the new HD graphics but have the old music, you can, or vice versa. That's what I like. That's what I like about this. So I mean that's pretty much Pure Solar. I like it so far. I'm grinding them like really early on.
Yeah, it's one of those things we'll want to check back later when you get further into the story, when things start to be hopefully a bit less generic, I would think. As of right now, I would say that's probably my one problem with what I'm seeing. I mean, it looks great, especially with like in the remastered graphics and stuff. They look really polished and artsy and nice. But I think my biggest problem is nothing is really like coming out at me, it's like, all right, this is a really unique game. I mean, it looks like a great tribute, you know, but I'm just not really sure if it looks like it stands on its own. I think that's going to be something you have to play more to find out, you know, to make sure everything comes together.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, I'm so early on. I'm like maybe like 2 hours into it or something. So obviously, like nothing substantial is gonna happen yet. So I'm curious, like after when the real like purpose that drives their quest like kicks in. Curious to see what unfolds for these characters when I meet new party members. I think based off videos I've seen before, I think you can have like a 5-man party, kind of like Final Fantasy IV. So interested to see how that turns out, and I know it's gonna be very difficult because I've died at least like 7 times already. But I gotta put myself back in the mind state of like old school games because this is definitely gonna be a hard journey. That's what she said. Well, anyway, TurtleBird, thank you for joining me in this quick look of Pier, Solar, and the Great Architects.
Gaming.
Yeah, enjoy your night, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe to our boy, Solidus Godzilla.
Dislike this video.
No, don't listen to him. Goodbye, folks.